Take it off, Marines! Clear the crash site. Go, go, go!
Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my Halo 2 Ultimate Campaign Tweaks walkthrough. This is the mission Outskirts. I've already uploaded a video of this mission just as basically a test, but this is the full walkthrough now with commentary. And you can sort of see already one of the changes that I've made is I've added an extra Marine who's a Pelican pilot. In Anniversary graphics, he spawns with the helmet of the escape pod pilot from Halo Combat Evolved, but in classic graphics, he does have the Pelican pilot helmet. So he's just a bit of extra firepower. There are some different, mostly changes to the weapons of the enemies in this sort of initial waves section of the level. Cause I'm aware that I'm aware that one of the criticisms of Halo 2 was that there's a lot of segments in the game where you kind of just fighting off waves of enemies, so I've tried to diversify the enemies a bit, make them a bit more interesting to fight, while still keeping the spirit of the game. Oh. Talking about the spirit of Halo 2, there's me getting slaughtered by a sniper jackal. So some of the elites will spawn with needlers, some will spawn with dual-wielding plasma pistols, some will spawn with dual-wielding plasma rifles, and some will spawn with just the standard plasma rifle singular. Also, the weapons of the drones have been refreshed, just a tad, so that there's a chance that one will spawn with a plasma rifle. But we'll see. It might not happen, but we might get lucky, or rather unlucky, because it does make them more difficult. Where is this guy? Oh. There we go. So there's a single-wielding needler man, I should say. I haven't added any dual-wielding needlers to this section, because they are death machines. Oh. Nice grenade through there, Johnson. So there we go. There's a guy dual-wielding plasma pistols, I should say. Strangely enough, even when equipped with them, elites won't overcharge the plasma pistol, which is probably for the best. But it would be fun if I could. Wow. If I could change. And here's another dual-wielding guy. Dual-wielding plasma rifles this time. They're the most common dual-wielding enemy. There we go. There we go. We may see one with a plasma rifle here, or we may not. Ah, see? There he is. Oh, there he was, sorry. Oh, Johnson is pretty handy with his sniper rifle. Shame I'm going to have to take it off in just a second. Pinwheeling to oblivion there. Ah. See, the way this works is at the start of the waves, a few of the Marines will hang around at the bottom, but over time they will gradually make their way up here.
Not so tough now, huh? Affirmative.
I was convinced it was going to be another jack. Oh, I see. Right. There's just one more grunt left. of all the testing of this mod that I've done, sort of started to subconsciously memorize the order of the waves, which they do mix it up a little bit, but the Jackal wave always seems to come at a set time. It is interesting, I think, that people criticize Halo 2 for the waves thing when Firefight is one of the most popular modes in the game. I mean, it is basic. This is essentially just Firefight, isn't it, but with a couple of Marines. It even has the annoying Phantom that shows up. I do love the Halo 2 Phantom. It always made far more sense to have 3 guns rather than 1, but you know, Covenant never were very smart, were they? Oh. See, here we can have, I think is there... Yes, an elite with a plasma pistol. Interestingly enough, originally he was supposed to be dual-wielding plasma pistols, and it didn't occur to me when I was coding the mod that the fact that they're sat in a vehicle seat before they're deployed means that they can't be dual-wielding. But I just decided to keep it as it is because it's kind of interesting. You never really see an elite single-wielding a plasma pistol in... Blimey! In the original game, so you know, I just thought why not, and especially on Legendary where the number of elites is doubled and there's a zealot, you know, you are sort of thankful for the fact that one of them is a bit underpowered with the plasma pistol. Then again, they fire it at basically the same rate as a plasma rifle, so one has to wonder. There we go.
My girl's a little big for that courtyard, Sergeant. I see a good LZ on the other side of these buildings. Meet you there. Over. Copy that. Someone get a satchel on the gate.
Now, you might be wondering whether I've made some changes to the Sniper Alley section. And I have made a few, but I haven't changed any of the actual Jackals themselves. Because although that bit is infuriating and infamous on Legendary, it's kind of a rite of passage, I suppose. And I didn't really want to mess with it because although it was undoubtedly a mistake by Bungie that it's as difficult as it is, this is only the second level at the end of the day. I decided to maintain the integrity of that section.
Sergeant, I need you on that bird. My Paladins are going to start airlifting armor and reinforcements into the city. They'll need an escort that isn't afraid of a little hostile ground fire.
I always like to give the Marines beam rifles here because it not only slightly increases their chance of survival, but it also kind of looks cool. I suppose I should take that guy's Magnum, trusty Magnum. Okay. See if I can do this without dying. Oh, not a good start. I normally let the Marines deal with the drones, and well, if they're not being obliterated in the process. There we go. Now here, I think on both Heroic and Legendary, a sword elite spawns, which again, it's ridiculous, as if this part wasn't difficult enough. Okay, there he is. Thankfully, he's only a stealth elite, so he's not very powerful. Oh, they've already dealt with that one. But still, I mean, 8 sniper jackals is difficult enough. They just had to go and make it a little bit more difficult by adding a blooming sword elite. But yeah, again, I kept that the way it was. I have done alternate versions of these mods where I've changed things up. Normally adding Covenant allies, just for fun really. You can download them in the kind of more files or optional files section of the mod. The link will be in the description. And in that version, I have made changes to Sniper Alley. I've you know, altered the Jackal's weapons, and in some instances changed them so they're not Jackals at all. So if you do want to play a version for of the level that changes that up a bit, that's the one for you. Oh, he just killed his own man there, I think. Okay. Oh, I just forget about that guy. Oh. Oh, Halo 2 Magnum does not let me down this far. I forget how competent the Marines are on Heroic compared to Legendary. On Legendary, it's like they might as well be made of paper. But on Heroic, they can actually hold their own. Right. How to miss every shot in a clip, ladies and gentlemen.
Chief, glad you could make it. Crash site's on the other side of this hotel, Chief. Covenant are crawling all over it. Follow me.
Okie doke. Well, actually, I think it's more going to be you following me. Okay. Another big change is coming up in a sec that you'll be able to see. Just once I've dealt with these guys. So this guy has a rocket launcher now, which not only makes this part a bit more fun, but also I think makes a bit more sense. After all, why sit in the passenger seat of a Warthog if you don't have a rocket launcher? Basically just a death wish, isn't it? Apparently this guy is a bit of a rubbish shot with it. Come on, shoot your launcher. There we go.
The highest concentration of Covenant troops is directly below the carrier.
Whoop. That's a problem with having the Sputnik skull on, is that your vehicle flops around like a sponge. Oh. Ooh, that seemed a bit quick, but okay. Marine just shamelessly stealing my whole... But then again, I suppose it's just reclaiming what was originally his. Come on.
Directly below the carrier. I don't think they want you to get on board. That bridge is the most direct route to the city center.
Watch yourself!
Die. Die. There we go. How are you still alive? There we go. Everybody dead? Everybody dealt with? We had a second. Ah, see, I can make use of another change. You never know if it's going to come in handy, but this guy now has a sniper rifle. Get in the gun, you. Oh, okay, I guess not. I'll leave him here to die. Why not? I have other gunners. Oh. No. You gonna get in? Come on, there we go. As much as I love Halo 2, Halo 3's Marine AI is a lot more intuitive when it comes to picking seats. I think that Marine just perished. You know what? I'm going to take that as well. As tragic as it is, I have to abandon the Halo 2 Magnum. Beam rifle really can't hurt. Okay. Okay. Come on, you. Come on.
Hoo-ha! Well done, Marine! Race up, it's gonna get hot!
The carrier just launched a wave of pods. They're inbound on your position.
Now, there aren't really many changes here, so I'm going to speed on through. Partly because I'm on fire. Okay. Right.
Covenant tactical chatter. We're surprised.
Total time. So there aren't many specific changes here, but obviously the fact that you have a rocket launcher makes this part a little less tedious because, you know,
But it does help explain why they came here with such a small fleet.
Alright, let's get a move! Alright, this is it, people!
thwackety thwack. Thing here is, some people go over this ramp, but it kind of slows you down, so I prefer to just take this side route. Hopefully he won't kill me. Come on, no! There we go. What a disaster. Okay, let's try that again. Of course, it really doesn't help that I'm literally on fire. Nice. Now the machine gun turret guy there is now a Pelican pilot, not really sure why, just decided to, and one of the guys here has a sniper rifle, so he's a little bit more useful in this section. There we go, another hog. In one of the alternate versions of this level that I've done, the ghosts there are hunters instead, but I didn't do that for this version simply because it changes the, well, you can't run them down for a start. The gunner is a grunt, who I believe is actually wielding, is he wielding? He is, he's wielding a plasma rifle, and I think that's one of the only instances. And of course, here's the... thanks for that, Marines. Trying to showcase one of my changes and killed me for it. Long story short, yes, you can drive the shadows. Unfortunately, in this version of the level, unless you're playing two-player, driving the shadows is actually kind of pointless, and I think that's probably why Bungie removed the ability to drive them in the first place, because there's really not much you can do with them because you can't shoot as it, and even though I've increased the speed, it's still not fast enough to actually splatter anything. You can get lucky sometimes and splatter something with it, but what I mean, I think they might have just destroyed it. Yes, they have. The bastards. And this is the only instance, this isn't in the actual game, but the cut kind of Covenant bus, I've added it. It's only this shadow that is the Covenant bus, though, for reasons that will become clear, or for those of you who already know, are already clear. Partly because all the others are carrying ghosts, all but one are carrying ghosts, and the last one you need to kind of use it as a gate to get through to the end of the level. So if I turn that into a bus, it would kind of, you know, mean that you couldn't get through, which is a bit rubbish.
The Covenant must be trying to regroup. Don't let them.
No, guys, I wanted that. I had to do it. It was necessary. Okay. So, the shadow controls similarly to a ghost, except it's a bit slower. It does have a boost. There's no real noticeable effect, but as you can see, it's going a bit faster. If you're playing two-player, then a second player can get in the turret, and obviously that makes it useful. But in this version of the level, unfortunately, all you can really use it for is a kind of ramming device. It soaks up hits, I suppose. You can do this with it. You can lock it into other shadows and then kind of bully them. There you go. I can't tell what's going on. There we go. Hi. Sorry, I need your vehicle. Please cooperate. There we go. Oh, apparently Master Chief's fist is all that was required. Oh dear. Now I'm in a pickle. Kind of regret killing those Marines now. Oh well, I could just walk. Although, I was certain there was a ghost in here. Oh well, never mind. Oh, guess that's that. Well, doing the rest of this on foot. There are alternate versions of this mission that I've made. One of them, as I've already mentioned, adds Covenant allies to the mission. And one of the advantages of that is that you can get them into the shadow. There are a couple of videos, shorter videos already on this channel, basically showing how many Covenant allies you can get into the shadow. Not only can you have an elite sort of helping you, but also grunts. If you take the passenger shadow, you can get a fair few grunts in there, and if you give them rocket launchers, then they're pretty useful. Sadly, I don't have a single vehicle to help me in this section. And oddly enough, if you climb into that shadow there, it won't drive. There's some sort of script going on there, which is making it so that it. Oh, blimey! He just killed his own man. I'm getting a lot of friendly fire in this video. It's me killing Marines or. There we go. And it's as simple as that. So I'll show you here. See, doesn't matter what I do, it will not move. And there's an interesting quirk with the shadow. This isn't part of the mod. You might be aware of this already, but if you get into the turret and start firing it, you can fire it at a much faster rate than the AI ever could, even faster than the Phantoms. That's mildly interesting. So that's Outskirts. I might do a commentary playthrough of some of the versions of this mission that have Covenant allies at some point in the future, but the next video I do will be the commentary of Metropolis, just for the sake of consistency. It's so close yet so far. So if you want to download this mod, the link will be in the description. And indeed, from that link you'll be able to find the optional files for the other mods.